There's a lot of stress that comes with your first semester at college. However, there are many services provided at Oakland University's campus to help students get through your anxieties. And on today's special edition of OU's Less Than 60 Minutes, we will meet with representatives from the Tutoring Center, Financial Aid, and Disabilities Office to ask some questions about the services they provide. And our first stop is where I met with Beth Taverna at the Tutoring Center.
I'm Erin Coburn. I'm Kira Becker.
I'm Evan Nicholson. Those stories tonight on OU's Less Than 60 Minutes. Do you need an appointment, and if so, how can you make one?
Some tutoring is done by appointment, and students can do that online. We have an online appointment schedule, but most of our tutoring is done on a walk-in basis.
Okay.
And students can check the schedule on our website at oakland.edu/tutoring. It will give them all the walk-in hours that are available.
All right. And, okay, so all the hours are online. And what does the Tutoring Center have to offer?
We have peer tutoring in most 100 and 200 level courses, and we also offer supplemental instruction. That's a program that's done through our office, and we currently have 28 sections of SI going, and those are held in courses that are traditionally difficult courses at Oakland. So with the SI program, what students would have is an organized review session attached to their class and run by another student, a student who's already taken the course.
Mm-hmm. And how can a student benefit from going to the Tutoring Center?
They get extra study help. They get sometimes one-on-one assistance with their course. Sometimes they'll be meeting in small groups, and then they'll get the benefit of the questions the other students are asking of the tutor. The tutor can actually clarify any information they've gotten from maybe a lecture. They can expand on that with the student. The student can feel free to ask questions that they might be embarrassed to ask in class. Those
Right. Okay. And what kind of courses do you offer for tutoring?
Everything from accounting to statistics. I mean, alphabetically, we have all business courses, accounting, economics, a little bit of QMM. We have finance. We have all the science courses, biology, chemistry, physics, 100 level and the 200 level for those. We have mathematics all the way from Math 061 up through Math 254, and we have also a few APM math courses and some statistics courses. We offer every language, including German, Spanish, French, Chinese, Japanese, Italian, and we also offer some tutoring in music courses, which a lot of people are not aware of.
Oh, okay.
We tutor in music theory and music history, and we're adding diction now as another music offering.
Oh, okay. And the last question is, how would you describe the Tutoring Center to someone who has never used it before?
A very friendly, helpful place where students should not be afraid to come, because we have had already over 950 students visit, and we haven't even been open 2 months.
Wow.
So we've had 2,400 visits by students. So we have a lot of repeat customers in there too.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I think that's it for us. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hello, I'm Kira Becker. The number one reason most students drop out of college is because of a lack of funds. To learn help ways of preventing this, I met with Jill Tyrus-Codens of the Financial Aid Center. What does the Financial Aid Center have to offer students?
Student Financial Services really is here to help students through the process of tapping into financial resources to help them pay for school. So we advise students about financial aid options. We advise students about their bills, how to pay their bills, what their options are to pay their bills. So we're here really just to guide you through the process of paying for college.
Okay, and how can a student make an appointment to meet with a financial aid representative?
Well, we don't actually do appointments.
Okay.
We have walk-in advising, and walk-in advising, you can come in anytime during our normal business hours and sit down with a financial aid advisor. You just sign in at the front desk, so you don't have to wait for an appointment. Just come on in.
All right. How can a student apply for financial aid?
The first step is the pre-application for federal student aid. So they fill out the FAFSA. It's an online application, and it's free. Some students go to the wrong website and end up paying for the application, so you want to make sure you're at the right site, but it's FAFSA.gov. That's the first step, and with that application, we determine what types of financial aid you're eligible for and how much.
Okay. And what are the deadlines for applying for financial aid?
Let's see, this year, so 2013, 2014, you really can fill out the FAFSA all the way up to June 30th, 2014. So all throughout the year. Now, that's the last date you could apply for it, but we encourage students to get online January 1st. So for this year, it would have been January 1st, 2013, so we can consider you for the best possible financial aid.
Okay. And how can visiting the financial aid center minimize or prevent the amount of debt a student graduates with?
That's a good question. Part of our purpose is to help you understand what resources are out there. So if we sit down with a student and they want to take out $20,000 in loans, but they really only need, $8,000 to cover their costs, then we'll talk with them about overborrowing and what the interest rate is and how it may impact you when you graduate. So that's part of the reason why we're here, is to help students make the best choices they can to cover their costs, but not to overborrow.
Okay. If a student does not apply for financial aid one year, can they apply the next year?
Yes, absolutely. Fill out the FAFSA.
Okay. And are there jobs available at the financial aid center for students? And if so, how can they apply?
That's a good question, too. We do have students that work in our office. It's through the College Work-Study program. All you would do is make sure you have your FAFSA filled out. If you're eligible for College Work-Study, which we get your FAFSA, we determine what types of awards you're eligible for, and if work-study is one of them, and we have a job available, you just apply through OU Career Links like you would apply for any other job on campus.
Okay. And the last one, do you think students benefit from going to the financial aid center for help with paying for their tuition costs?
I do. I've seen a lot of students who never, for one reason or another, came into our office for help, maybe had other resources at the time, and came in one time just to sit down and talk with someone and found out they were eligible for things they didn't know about and didn't think about. We are here to help students through that process, and so yeah, absolutely. I encourage students to come in. We can help you log into SAIL, check your financial aid status, check your requirements that you may need, look at your bill, sign up a parent to be able to look at your bill online. So all those things we can help students with, so absolutely, come on in.
All right, so that's all the questions. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Erin Coburn. Sometimes there are many students who have disabilities and don't know how and where they can get help. I met with Linda Sisson from Disability Support Services, who gave helpful information on how students with disabilities can get the help. What are the hours of DSS?
We are typically open to provide services and work with students from 8 in the morning until 5 o'clock in the evening.
Okay. How can students make an appointment to meet with someone from the DSS?
Probably the best way is to call the office or stop in and make an appointment. Our telephone number is 248-370-3266, and a staff person will work with the student and find out what their times of availability and see if we can get the student in as soon as possible.
Okay. What types of services does the DSS offer students who are disabled?
We probably have some more common or more typical types of requests for accommodations. but we get as creative as we need to be in order to match an accommodations with what the student's functional limitation might be. So, we already talked about the readers and scribes, but we also offer alternative testing. Sometimes students might need sufficient amount of time based on the amount of time that they process information that would be equivalent to what the other students need in order to complete the exam. Let's see, note takers. We have students that might have a difficult time listening and attending to the lecture and writing at the same time, so we request that we work with buildings and facilities to ensure that there is at least one electronic door opener on campus doors. Let's see. Priority registration for students with disabilities that may medications. They have personal care attendants. All kinds of reasons for why priority registration would help a student that has a disability register for courses. Sometimes we have students that, because of their medications or because of their disability, it's better that they don't do morning or evening classes, and so we offer priority registration so they can self-manage that impact to their learning. All kinds of, we make arrangements for sign language interpreters for students that need that service, but we also have students that are deaf, but they don't use sign language interpreters, so we might hire real-time court reporters to provide a transcript of a lecture. Zoom text and JAWS and Braille printing, so access to print, access to assistive technologies that someone with a disability might use in order to have equal access to their materials. We offer alternative textbooks, I guess, audio textbooks. We scan textbooks. The student would purchase their textbooks at the bookstore, just like everyone else does, have the bindings cut off, and we would run it through a high-speed scanner, and then we would provide a CD for the student to use with assistive technology so that they could access the textbook. We work and interface with all departments on campus on behalf of degree-seeking students that are eligible for services in order to provide equal access.
Okay. Okay. And are there costs involved to use DSS, or is it a free service to students?
For students, it is free. Okay. No cost associated.